Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is January the 17th, 2008, and you are watching Let's Talk Politics with Sean Malcolm, coming live from the islands of the Turks and Caicos Islands. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this time to welcome our viewers from Grand Turk, from Salt Key, South Caicos, Middle Caicos, North Caicos, and indeed right here in Providenciales. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I also would like to welcome the viewers right there in the Bahamas, in Jamaica, in the United States of America, in London, and indeed in the rest of the world, to Turks Islanders all across the globe. Welcome to Let's Talk Politics. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to have as my guest sitting in here to discuss a number of issues that is facing these Turks and Caicos Islands. Tonight, he's no stranger to the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. He has served as a former Minister of Health, Education, Youth, Sports, and Gender Affairs here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. He represented the island of North Caicos in Kew, Whitby, and Sandy Point. The Honorable Clarence Salvo. He is also the current Deputy Leader of the People's Democratic Movement. Honorable Salvo, welcome to Let's Talk Politics tonight.
Thank you, Sean.
Honorable Salvo, would you like to take this time to greet our audience, our global viewers here tonight from the Turks and Caicos Islands?
Yes, Sean, first I would like to congratulate you on this initiative that you have taken to try to disseminate very important information that the general public and the wider world need to be cognizant of that is happening in the Turks and Caicos Islands. There has been a serious curtailment of the freedom of speech and expression here, and we had to become very, we had to take steps to try to find other ways of getting the information out. And this year is one of the ways that you have sought to get the very important information out to the general public. I would also like to take this opportunity, Sean, to wish everyone a blessed and happy New Year. And we look forward to doing some serious work for the people in the Turks and Caicos Islands, because these are some trying times and we need persons with vision, people who have guts and determination to get out there to challenge this government, because there is a better way, and we know that we can work together, the People's Democratic Movement, to bring about that better way for the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. So I'm happy to be here tonight, Sean.
Thank you very much, Honorable Salvo. Honorable Salvo, I'm sure the viewers tonight are very interested in what you will have to say to them. But here in the Turks and Caicos Islands, as you know, there are a number of issues that are facing us tonight. And one of the issues that is facing us is the issue of the new hospitals. Now, Honorable Salvo, you served as the Minister of Health for over 8 years under the People's Democratic Movement. The hospital deal that we are still talking about 5 years later is actually one that has been put in place under your ministry when you were the Minister of Health. So can you explain for the viewers, especially those Turks Islanders that are viewing this show from overseas and may not know where the matter of the hospitals have arrived from, as the Minister who brought this to the table, can you just enlighten us as to where this hospital idea came from and where you have seen it gone, and how do you feel about it at this present state?
Yes, Sean, thank you very much. And I would try to be quite brief in dealing with this matter. The health complex, as I would refer to them, that came out of a health visioning exercise that was commissioned by the Ministry of Health during 1996. And the consultancy took the better part of about a year to complete because we wanted a thorough review of what the needs, the manpower needs, the physical plant was just what those needs were for the health complex that we envisage. And once the report was completed, the consultant at that time, he recommended that there be just one hospital in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and that one be based in Providenciales. I supported the view that the hospital be built in Providenciales, but I also saw the need for a similar hospital to be built in Grand Turk, although on a much smaller scale. At that time, we were entertaining the proposal from Carnival, or Holland America, and later on Carnival, to bring cruise ship to Grand Turk. And if we're going to have thousands of persons on a daily basis, just parading about the place, there was ample opportunity for persons to become ill. And we wanted to have world-class facilities to be able to accommodate them, to stabilize them until they could be airlifted. And the people in Grand Turk and Salt Key, they also needed a decent hospital to go to. So what we envisaged was a complex where all of the various health care departments would be brought under one roof. You wouldn't go one place for the dental clinic, one place for the government clinic, go another place for the lab, go another place for the hospital. It would be all under one roof. That was the design concept for Provo. That was the design concept for Grand Turk. Through the agency of CEDAW, we were able to get the design for Grand Turk Health Complex done. So
are you saying, Honorable Salvo, that when you left office in 2003, that the hospital design was already done?
Yes, we had the drawing done by CEDAW for the Grand Turk Health Complex, which was going to be built on Sherrington Hill. And the next job to be undertaken was a design concept for Providenciales, which was going to be built not where the Myrtle Rigby is, because I still to this very day take issue with the location of the new hospital for Providenciales, because it is not being built at sufficient elevation. In other words, it is too low-lying to be a hospital, because a hospital must also serve as a hurricane shelter. And those of us who still remember Hurricane Donna of 1960 would recall the horror when the tidal wave came from the south and just inundated all of what we know now as Q-Town with 14 feet of water, sometimes deeper in places. And where the Myrtle Rigby is, all of that area, just below it, was submerged underwater.
So the new location is not